working on getting my tweets out. So yeah, just finished the Doma Castle. We stormed the castle. It took a miracle. And now we're. I'm pretty sure we're just going to run around and tell everyone about the fact how we stormed the castle. Because that's how this game works. I know we're on a weird day today, but end of the week, as the week comes towards the end, I've got a lot of stuff going on. Family wise. But maybe a surprise tomorrow. I might get on for a little bit tomorrow before I go to my Warhammer night and then work to play a little Guild Wars 2 or even a little Beyond the Beyond. This is fun. I'm trying to print some B2 battle droids for a buddy of mine. Printer is not enjoying trying to print those. to go see How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake, today. Alright, let's see if this one's going to work. Oh, what am I doing? Not that. Just waiting on Bob to show up, or Bob to message me and say he's done it. Do a little singing in the rain dance while we wait for Bob. I don't want to wander off too far because this is where we need to be, and there's no aetheryte near here. There. Jolan True.
Jolan True. Right.
Big news in the Final Fantasy community.
Uh-huh.
They're finally working on patching in so that Viera and Hrothgar can wear hats.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know that's a big deal for Vieira and Hofgraf players, but
Yeah, they're these socials were all a Twitter about. Viera and Hrothgar finally being able to wear hats. I know because one of the big complaint was they introduced these races and then in future expansions never designed headgear that they could wear as part of it.
I mean, we still have what, 3, 4 races in WoW that can't wear shoes.
It's true. Worgen, Draenei.
So that's 6 then.
Yeah, Worgen, Draenei,
Trolls and undead.
and Drakthir.
They can wear shoes in human form.
I guess that's fair. And then on that principle, Worgen don't count either, because they can wear shoes when they're in human form. I've decided I'm staging a rebellion at work tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yep, because it was 95 degrees inside the office area last night.
Huh?
So I'm going to wear shorts tonight until the shift supervisor tells me to go change, because it is hot.
Yeah, Amy got sent home from work today. Bear in mind, she works on Navy Yard because their AC couldn't keep up.
Damn.
But remember, politicians say climate control is not a thing.
That's true. Climate change is indeed fake news and not real, and we should pretend that it's not actually happening to us. I've got a handful of cousins north of Balmer that will tell us all about how it's a big hoax. And I wish I wasn't lying about that. I wish I was lying about that, not I wasn't lying. But I was just telling Chet, decided to try to cool off today and go sit someplace dark, and went to go see the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon.
And
It made me tear up just as much as the animated version did. So,
nice.
job well done. I think it helps that the original screenwriter / original director is the one who was in charge of this remake all the way through. You know, it wasn't like they handed it off to some other creative team to try to do. So all the story beats were there, all the lines that people know from the animated film were there. But I thought it was very well done.
Alright, so where we left off yesterday,
We had performed a miracle. We'd stormed a castle.
I was talking about these metal struts.
Mm-hmm.
And what the fuck are they?
Let's see how close I can get to them. On my plesiosaur. Oh, this is as close as I can get. They are very much backdrop.
Because, like, we've been conditioned by certain things in the area, in the game, to accept that kind of architecture, right? Like the crystals and stuff in that we've seen in the previous expansion. But we've also been told that those crystals were caused by the calamity.
Yep.
Where the fuck they come from?
Yeah, I can't. Because they're
And
clearly.
they were there before we stormed the castle as well.
Yeah. I mean, they're in the landscape like the ether crystals from the Calamity, the corrupted ether crystals from the Calamity.
Mm-hmm.
But they're structural girders. Not natural crystals. Alright. Coming back. Alright. Shall we speak to Alphino?
Indeed.
I see. Alright, Alphino. World turned
upside down. Alphino is at a loss for words. Except.
Thank you. The occupation is ended then, and the people must be informed of our victory. See? Called it. We gotta run around and tell everyone. But I will not simply give up Gosetsu for lost. Before aught else, we must needs search the ruins. Oh me, my friends. The castle is still collapsing into the river, and could easily drag you to your deaths. I can navigate the waters easily without fear of drowning.
So can we after that spell you cast on us.
Indeed.
Be reasonable, brother. You know he's right.
Adventurer, a word if I may. My lord withdraws into himself, and he will return to his thoughts from the keep. He needs us now, more than ever.
We're friends and returned. I swam as far into the ruins as I could. And? Did you find it? Nay, lady. Naught remained of the keep for me to search. Undermined from below and shaken from above, the manner of its collapse was most unusual. The floor beneath him gave way before the rest. It is not impossible that he could have been sent tumbling into the river. The water is thick with silt and debris. Despite my best efforts, I could not find him. I am sorry. There is naught for which you should apologize. Thank you, Sir Ravan, taking it upon yourself to search. Castles in ruins, and the people eager to learn the fate of their nation. We leave at once.
Are you sure, my lord?
Today's one, and the morrow beckons. Falls to us to greet it. Going down to the docks to see if I can't get one of the Confederate ships to take us to the Enclave. Mayhap we should tell the others in the House of Fierce to gather there. Agni and Sadu know naught of what happened in the castle. I shall go and tell them. You fought valiantly and with honor. Serena, I pray you tell them that as well. You too, my friend, were instrumental in this triumph. I must insist that you be present when we bring these tidings to my people. All 40 of them that are left.
Huh. All right.
You all look like shit. Captain thought you might need a ride to the Enclave. Ready to come on board?
Let's go.
Oh. On you go. It's wherever you like. Oh, what happened in there? It's over. You won. Good enough celebration. Those people you're about to see, you need something to celebrate. What are we picking?
I feel like the middle one is the most encouraging.
Right.
The last one is hilarious. If you won't say something, I will, says the silent protagonist. Is there a boat?
So I have a question.
What's up?
So it might just be me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and please excuse me for asking what's probably a very dumb question. But what's to stop the Empire from just walking back in and taking over again? All we did was blow up a building.
Plot.
I see.
Yeah. It's not a heroic story if we don't stop the Empire totally. And in case you're wondering, Bob, there is a boat back to, I believe, where we get left off.
Oh yeah, I know. I was waiting for you.
Oh. Alright. Alright. Waiting by Alphino.
Talking to him.
Are you quite certain that you would not prefer to stay a while longer? They're not sure. There are sure to be festivities at which you'd be the guest of honor, like as not. Very well. There are other ways in which you might celebrate by rejoining the fight for freedom in Girabania, for one. Short though our time here has been, we've all come to regard this land and her people as our own, I think. But we've done that which we came here to do. Word of Doma's liberation will soon spread throughout the Empire, and we must seize the opportunity to rekindle fires of liberation in the West.
We dare not allow the Empire a moment Imperials and Rome's respite. Lest they march on Doma again for the sake of all concerned, we should leave immediately. Did I hear right? Are you leaving? Afraid so. We've got our own battle to fight. What about you? Will you be heading back to the steppe? Yes, the war here is ended. No cause for me. The Orani and the Dothal have already withdrawn. I will follow them on, but I wish to bid you farewell first. The Blue too must return to their home. Doma is in much need of merchants and builders. We are eager to offer our service.
And just like that, our grand fellowship is broken. Without ceremony or pomp, you steal off into the dark. No matter, we have plenty of getting on with. Places to be, people to rob, and so on. The captain never is one for mingling. I am a pirate. Give me a song at the tavern and I'll be happy. Hobnobbing with our Lord Hyan? Nay. No taste for the finer things. In any event, we need not part ways here. If you are for Kugane, we will be happy to take you. Her waters have always been fruitful.
Oh. I wish you well on your journey, my friends. May you ever walk in crimson. Thank you, Sienna, for everything. May the Kami speed you on your way until we meet again.
Rasho. Naught remains undone. You are ready to depart?
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here.
To Gugane, then. Have everything? Good. We will need to weigh anchor before the Sekisugumi arrive. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for what you did. Give my regards to the Uldan. Pants.
You get yourself them pants.
Solomon Grundy want pants too. And pants for you.
We are 28 steps from the end of the .0 patch of Post of Snow.
Woohoo!
Hands for me! A swift and secret departure. Alpha and I would like to return to the Ruby Bazaar post haste. Accept. I do believe you are Tartar, Alpha now here?
Yes. I informed Tartaru of our coming. She and Hancock should be waiting for us in the Ruby Bazaar.
And it is here that we part ways. Best of luck to you and yours in piratical endeavors, I suppose. AKA, get out of here, nerds! I'm lucky we walked through a door.
Good. Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations on a job well done. It is a pleasure as ever to see your smiling face, Tartaru. Less so yours, Hancock, though Rasho and I are sincerely grateful for your assistance.
Pleasure is mine, Master Alpha, I assure you.
Anyway, you'll be glad to hear that I've already chartered passage for you back to Limsa Laminsa. The ship is to leave the port this very day, but the captain has agreed to wait until the four of you have boarded. 4 of us? You mean to stay here in Gugane? Yes, I gave it some thought and I realized that even with Doma free, there's still a need for a woman in the middle. Maybe even more than before, considering all the friends and alliances you made.
As I told her many times before, I will be more than willing to assist you.
And as I told you many times before, I'm not about to let you worm your way into our affairs and exploit our connections for your personal gain.
Must you always presume the worst?
So there you have it. I will remain here for now. You needn't worry. I'm a regular at the hostelry, and half a dozen other local institutions. Everyone loves me.
She owns the fucking town.
So go! Don't let me keep you. Buy your supplies and souvenirs while you still can. When you've finished, make haste to the docks. Pier number 2, to be precise. I'll be waiting for you there. I'm getting first to arrive as always. Hopefully the others will not be far behind.
Hey, you get it. And meanwhile, alright, some motherfucker's gonna die.
Yep. Swords!
Oh, it's time for me to kill everybody in that fucking room.
least.
Now, I think you can agree it is time to kill every motherfucker in that room.
It is indeed time to kill every motherfucker in that room.
Back in Eorzea at last, ready to pick up where we left off and finish the fight. We're not who we were when we left. Stronger and wiser. I mean, no, we're not. Let's do it. Let's go back to Ala Mhigo and defeat Xenos once and for all. And
Plans for Solomon Grundy. Alright, Alphino.
while you're away, home is where the heart is, and Alphino's is in Eorzea. Except
Here we are, home at last. I must say, the journey passed more quickly than I had expected.
that would be due to the absence of otherworldly interference, I expect.
I should be glad if we did not speak of that unpleasantness again. But in spite of all that and more, we better return better for the experience, and more importantly, triumphant. Indeed, and with Doma freed of Imperial oppression, it is only right that we turn our thoughts to the plight of Ala Mhigo.
I'm all for that, obviously, but I think you should go and see the refugees at Revenant's Toll before doing anything else. I'll be thrilled to hear what you've accomplished. It'd sound best coming from you.
Thank you. I shall do as you suggest.
I see I am not too late.
Admiral, what are you doing here?
The East Aldenard Trading Company informed me of your impending arrival. I have tidings I thought best to share with you in person. From Gira Bania? Aye, the Alliance still holds the wall despite several Imperial counterattacks. We've been able to press further into occupied territory. Commander Kemp and his men, meanwhile, have made great strides toward rebuilding their depleted ranks. They've even taken upon themselves to attempt some few operations. Mixed results, I'm sorry to say. There's a complication arising from one such venture which moved me to seek you. During a mission to transport wounded resistance fighters to the Rising Stones, Kryal Baldesion was taken prisoner.
Kryal? Do they know where she's being held?
They do not, but your comrades were informed at once. I am told Thancred is in Gira Bania looking for her as we speak.
How could this have happened? We must seek out Thancred without delay. Nay, Kryal taught me better than that. It would be unwise to act first without first acquiring a full understanding of the situation. Thank you for informing us. Tired as we may be, we must make haste to Castrum Orient. Pray excuse us, Admiral, Lady Yugiri.
Just point me at each individual Imperial building. and I'll murder everyone in it as we get there, and that way we'll eventually find Cryle.
Indeed. Before we progress, I need a quick bio break.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm gonna go do an Aetheryte tour.
Okay.
Since we're in Limsa.
Let me join you in the Aetheryte Plaza so people can at least see. Oh, we are in the Aetheryte Plaza.
Out here, yeah.
Cool. So
wait for it to load in.
I will put you on follow so that as you run around, the camera will follow you.
So it's been quite some time since we've done an Aetheryte tour. At least a month or so. Let's see who's hanging out. Sinstress Evelyn. Okay. Person's name is Sailboat. Naps Asume. Okay. Rice water. Okay. So that's a new one. The Ora here. Up on the rock, we have Sleepy Idiot. This dragoon in front of me, his name is Baldric Mercer. I was hoping for Baldric, as in Blackadder, but... Under the tree there we have Seraphina Lockhart. Got Lynn Stroney Delenn. Taya Dampus Moon. Shira Ambrose. Alara and Epsilon. If that person's name is Delenn, then... Doc Tom's out on the floor. And then Doc Tom's over there on... So this red-shirted fellow on the floor is Doc Tom. But that person over there behind the Troubled Adventurer is... who is not there on Jordan's screen, interesting, is also Doc Tom. Person to the left of Doc Tom here is called Baddie Maddie. Person in the white. The one person in the witch's hat to the left is Attle Skedaddle. We've got another dead Doc Tom over here by the summoning bell.
I return.
We've got a fourth. Oh, this one's actually Doc Tomberry. We have a fourth Doc Tomberry dead on the floor. To the right here. A fifth one up here.
Oh, hey, it's Arissa from our. Let's see.
Suave in that suit.
Indeed. Loyal Butler's garb appears. Were there other Doc Tomberries down this?
No, back in the Eastbright Plaza, there's like 3 or 4 of them, all dead on the floor. Of course they did.
What happened?
They put a fucking Mudang in the game.
Oh. Yep. I feel like
Yeah, now that,
I feel like
sorry, go
that's
ahead.
I feel like the hippocalf has been a thing for a little while. Since Endwalker, at least.
Okay.
Because there's one of the allied rep grinds. You can get a cart. You can get like a mount that's a cart that's pulled by a hippo.
Oh,
I could be wrong though. They could have put it in.
alright. And there's a Doc Tombury here.
Out in the
There's
grass.
3 out here. There's 3 in there. Alright. Off the Castromorians, I guess.
Alright. Let's see here. Thancred. There you are. You heard the news.
In broad strokes from M. What happened?
Krell and a squadron of resistance fighters were escorting Ishtola and several other wounded to the Rising Stones for further treatment when they were ambushed by Imperial forces. Ironvold and his men fought valiantly, but in the chaos...
make no excuses. We failed to protect her. Don't be so hard on yourself. You protected Ishtal and the others, did you not? Tell us about the others. Tell us about the attack. There was the skulls. The little path across the wall we hadn't found. We thought we were safe once we reached the Black Shroud. We weren't expecting an ambush. During the fight, I caught a glimpse of their leader's memories. It was all planned.
The advantage of having a walker in the field.
I'm not as strong in the echo as the adventurers, of course. Half the time it's enough to knock me on my ass like I've taken a dose of concentrated ether. So you walked in full of his memories? What did you see? A woman promised the world education, training, citizenship, all that and more. She sold her soul, traitor to her people, pretender to her masters. Xenos himself that gave the order told her to return with Cryo Baldezian alive.
Our agents have been carefully monitoring Imperial communications since the attack, but have yet to intercept any transmissions making reference to Kryl or her current whereabouts. If their orders were to bring Kryl back alive, we can save her if we move quickly enough. As you say, time is of the essence, which is why I intended to slip past enemy lines and see what information I can uncover on my own. In the meantime, it is up to you and our allies to command the Imperial's undivided attention. Lots of shouting and explosions and so forth. Keep them distracted, and I will find her. Very well. I wish I could do more to aid you, but I understand. Commander Kemp is on his way to the Castrum as we speak for a meeting with General Aldine. If you hurry, you can find him on the road and discuss the situation beforehand.
I think Lita and I are going to go see Conrad like he suggested. You all wait here. So that brings up something I wanted to talk about from last session. So while Yotsuyu was monologuing, she span this yarn about being sold off to a drunk husband and beaten and all this other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't track with what we were shown in the Echo memory, where she was a sickly child and was sold to the Empire. Also, side note, Alpha was just like a side effect of having a walker in the field, I suppose. The fuck is a walker? We've never heard of them before. That dude has never told us he could use the Echo before now. Why are we suddenly acting like this is normal?
I think he has told us that he's got the power of the Echo before.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right, we can't fly here.
Cool.
Excuse me, tree friend.
The quest that sort of identifies what walkers are
Uh-huh.
were removed in the pruning of quests in A Realm Reborn.
Hey, you know what would be really great for our game? If we left in a bunch of shit that doesn't need to be there, but took out a quest that explains a pivotal plot point 2 expansions from now. Well, well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Fills my heart with joy to see you two hale and healthy. Welcome home, Lise, adventurers. Sure you've heard about Cryle, but oh, that's Monago. Welcome home, Lise, adventurers. Sure you've heard about Cryle by now. That's why we're here. I'm not sure who to think about it, but we'll save her. We'll definitely save her somehow. That I've no doubt that you will. You look stronger for your time at Far East, lass. That's good news for Cryle. I'd like to think so. But enough about me. How's everything with you and with Resistance? Better than when you last saw us, and no mistake. Arenvold's been a godsend. Him and Monago, with the other young bloods, have achieved so much in short time. We've been blessed to receive the support of the Flames Alamegan Brigade, who've been instrumental in freeing our countrymen from labour camps throughout Gear Albania, as well as some political prisoners from City proper, believe it or not. Together with refugees returning from Ul'dah and elsewhere, we've had no shortage of able-bodied men and women eager to join the cause. Alright, I have another follow-up question. If Amigo borders the Black Shroud, why are all the refugees in Ul'dah?
Let me look at a map real quick while we figure this out.
Okay. I think you wouldn't stop fighting, even after what happened at the Reach. Force of habit, I suppose. Though we've come a long way. Still have far to go. But we'll fight for every home. And sooner or later, we'll get to Alamigo. Listen to me prattling on when we should be making haste to Castramorians. No point in you telling me everything now, and you'll only have to say it again to the Flame General's benefit. You're right. I'll go on ahead. Tell the others that you're not far off. Feels like we could have just waited in the castrum.
Yep. I wonder if I look up Little Alamigo. There is no reason on the wikis as to why they settle in the deserts outside of Ul'dah rather than rather than in the Twelves Wood.
Okay, cool.
Except that they can't. That most of the sort of displaced persons from Alamigo don't fit in with any of the four main city-states, four other city-states. So they just end up being nomadic and wandering.
Kind of not the point. The point is refugees usually follow the path of least resistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, much easier to gather food in a fucking forest than it is a desert.
Mm-hmm.
Also, where are you? Oh, you haven't come back yet. Okay.
Also, the concept of walkers was how you sort of got your combat class in 1.0 and became a member of the precursor to the Signs of the Seventh Dawn. They weren't the Signs of the Seventh Dawn in 1.0. They were something of the 12. Path of the 12 in 1.0.
So you see this person I've marked with a 1 here.
Indeed.
That's not a fucking name.
We've determined this about most of the Mikos we find, and Miko NPCs.
This is legitimately someone just headbutting a keyboard, right?
Nympha.
How do I clear the mark? Oh, there we go. Like, you just... Someone headbutted a keyboard and put a couple of vowels in it. That's all they did.
And then put a last name marker at the beginning.
G on the front, yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, when you meet the Mikos that have that naming convention, you can drop the first that letter apostrophe off their name because it's more of like a... Because saying her name is Gnimfa is like constantly just saying Jordan Johnson, Jordan Johnson, Jordan Johnson.
Talking to Pippin.
Fool of a took. You've spoken with Thancred then? Good. Take heart. If anyone can track her down, it's him. I believe I hear Commander Kemp's party approaching. If you are ready to address Father and the others, let us be about it. I'll take a ring.
Ralgo's Beacon. You, Rauban, and your allies have much to discuss. Accept.
There you all. And there's Commander Kemp, I see. Now, if you're eager to speak of our next move, but will you first hear more of your last? Tell us of your deeds in Doma. The success of this operation is paramount. So long as the Empire holds Castrum Veladina, the main host cannot advance. Xenos knows this, which is why he ordered Fordola and her men to see to the bridge's defense. So
we get to fight the skulls again.
The Butcher is not to be underestimated. She is decisive, ruthless, and feared by foes and friends alike. But we have a plan to defeat her. First, we send the Alliance force down the main road, signaling our intention to mount an all-out assault. The garrison will muster their forces and prepare for a protracted battle. However, they will soon find that we are ill-prepared for their counterattack. Our men will begin to break ranks and flee.
I see. Show them your backs and give them a target too tempting not to pursue.
Aye, Fordola is too aggressive not to press the advantage. She will order her men to give chase. We lure them as far as East End, where the commanders will rally their forces and attempt to hold their ground. If all goes to plan, we should be able to keep the greater part of their garrison occupied.
Leaving us to tackle the bridge's remaining defenders. Clever, I'm sure. What we do, the Imperial smell a rat in return before we've taken the place.
I don't need you to take Veladina, Commander Kemp. All I need is for you to fly your flag from its tower. You mean to trick them into believing that the bridge has fallen? Aye. We convince them Veladina is lost, hit them hard with our reinforcements, and watch them go running for the hills. Then, when the dust is settled, we regroup at the Castellum. What say you?
Bold plan. A good one. We'll do it.
In that case, we shall support both the Resistance and the Alliance forces. Adventurer Lise Arnvald, I ask that you accompany Commander Kemp. Alize and I will remain with the Flame General.
We'll return to Rolga's Reach and make our preparations. As soon as they're complete, we'll join you in the field. Godspeed. There's a person to our right called Coke Sniffer.
Who's a gambler?
In case you haven't noticed, the flag flying above Volodnia is a bloody massive. Take a dozen men to change it, far too long besides. Besides, there's no need for all that. Right, Monago? And so long as I have my griffin and a satchel of glamour prisms, no. Ardenvold, you're in charge of the runners between us and the Alliance. No link pals. Lise, I want you to look on the squadron to make sure they've got everything they need. Everyone clear? Hi, sir. All forces depart for Castellum Corvair when ready. That will be all. Adventurers, stay with me a moment if you would. There's a few men I'd like you to look in on personally. These are them lost people. I'll tell it weighs on their hearts. There's a lot of new faces since last you were here. It's best if I tell you who where to look. One's an officer you'll find in the barber. Another's an older fellow who likes to pass the time on the shore of Starfall. Last is a fiery lung yeah from Little Alamigo. On top, friends by himself from the river to the fringes. You'll know him when you see him. Come and find me when you finish. They are living rough in a place like this, and they have a fucking barber.
I believe the barber is also the medic 10 or something like that.
Alright, so it's 6:10, and my throat is starting to hurt.
Alright.
Can we just end up here and then pick it up next time we play?
Indeed. I'm gonna go stand on top of this rock, this statuary.
Yeah.
Because it feels cool. So, thank you for this Tuesday afternoon. Make sure you give us a follow here so you know next time we go live, but also follow us on any of the 4 major microblogging platforms. If I can remember the command correctly. Over on Twitter, we are 321 Podcast. Over on Blue Sky, we are 321tv.bsky.social. Over on Threads, we are at 321_TV.live. And over on Mastodon, on the Mastodon.social server, we are at 321_TV. You can also check out past streams over on YouTube, bit.ly/321_YT, capital Y, capital T. Check out our fun little merch store, 321-tv-shop.fourthwall.com, for all your really cool Dice Inside of Television merchandise madness, including a playmat for you people who go out and play things like Magic the Gathering, or just need a new desk mat.
Yeah.
Anything you need to plug, Bob?
Not really.
Right.
Most of my stuff is on break right now.
We will send you off, as we always do. The guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all those beyond that spectrum, in the words of the 16th President of these here United States, Abraham Lincoln, please be excellent to each other. And party on non-gender specific
Are we doing a raid?
Ooh. Is there a raid target for us to go to? Let us see. None of our... I mean, Decked Out EDH is doing Final Fantasy Draft. From the...
You're cool, friendo.
You know what? Let's... Since I just pitched our desk mat / playmat,
Yeah.
let's go raid Decked Out EDH, who are drafting the Final Fantasy playset.
For those of you who are unfamiliar, that's Nerd Girl and friend.
Yep. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all those beyond that spectrum. In the words of the 16th President of these here United States, Abraham Lincoln, please be excellent to each other. And party on gender-specific honorifics, and we will see you next time. Peace. Raid is through.